Hey guys, Captain Texas here, and I am making this video out of like a response or something to the lack of anyone I've seen. Like as soon as Five Nights at Freddy's 3 came out and all the stories and the minigame, like I mean that game was out for probably 3 days, and already people had like beaten everything. And now I bet you there are still some hidden things, but like the big one, the mini games that show that purple guy is dead and all that have been found, the good and the bad and the neutral endings, like the big things have been found. Now, what I was waiting for as soon as that happened was for someone to come out who's like in the higher ups of YouTube commentating, someone to come out and say, well, now we know that purple guy can't be phone guy, which is a very popular theory, especially by game theory, that I used to believe in as well with only the first two games. But now that the third game has come out, it's pretty obvious that phone guy can't be the murderer, but no one has said anything about it, and I keep desperately like on the hour looking stuff up, and there's just no one saying anything. And so I guess I'm just gonna throw my 2 cents out there and talk about why he can't be the murderer now, and if I'm wrong, please correct me. So, without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so where we're gonna start is actually from the beginning, which is Five Nights at Freddy's, the first one. Even though technically that is the second kind of in the timeline, it's the second game, because we all know the second game in real life is the prequel to Five Nights at Freddy's 1 when you work as Jeremy in 1987. But what I'm getting at here is that on the fourth night of Five Nights at Freddy's 1, when you get the phone call from Phone Guy saying that he is, he's trying to hold out, but he's not doing too well because you can hear the animatronics are pounding on the door.
Hey, do me a favor. Maybe sometime you could check inside those suits in the back room. I'm gonna try to hold out until someone checks. Maybe it won't be so bad. Yeah, I always wondered what was in all those empty heads back there. You know. Oh no.
And as we all know, they end up getting in. We hear the animatronics song in there and all the different noises and even Golden Freddy's voice. But obviously what everyone pulls from this is that Phone Guy is dead, because the next night we just get that encrypted backwards message. It's pretty obvious Phone Guy didn't make it. Now, that being said, when you look at what happens in the events of the third and final game, we know how Purple Guy dies. And if we were to play the advocate for the devil here and say, okay, let's say Purple Guy is Phone Guy, then they both die the same way, obviously. But that shouldn't make any sense because, as we know, looking at the new mini games for Five Nights at Freddy's 3, we see that Purple Guy disassembles each animatronic. And when he does that, he basically gets cornered and pinned by the souls of the children he had murdered after they had escaped from their suits. Now, there's some speculation as to whether the fifth soul in that room, because obviously you got the four who are all just right next to each other. That's obviously the main cast. But some people would think that the fifth one is either the fifth child in Golden Freddy's suit or the marionette soul. Either way, someone's getting screwed in this system, because obviously we know that if you get the good ending, then the souls are released and you got the five masks for the five children who died, but technically six children died because that one kid got shanked outside of one of the first Fredbear's buildings, like the first murder when you're playing as Freddy delivering to the cake to the six kids, and that one kid is crying outside, and then Purple Guy just kind of drives by and stabs him with like a knife on his way by, or poisons him, whatever you want to believe. But what's important here is that Purple Guy gets pinned by these ghosts, and he's scared, so he ends up hiding in the Springtrap. Springtrap activates and kills him. So that's how Purple Guy dies. He becomes Springtrap. But now that's very curious that people still think that Phone Guy is Purple Guy, because if Purple Guy died in the Springtrap and he is Phone Guy, something's not adding up here, because when Phone Guy dies on the fourth night of Five Nights at Freddy's, we still see animatronics on the fifth night and the sixth night that are possessed and are trying to kill you. But in the third Five Nights at Freddy's, when Purple Guy is killed, he has disassembled the robots and the souls have cornered him in the room. So what I'm getting at here is if Purple Guy and Phone Guy are the same people, then it doesn't make any sense, because when Purple Guy is killed, the suits have been destroyed, then the souls of the kids are released, or still technically trapped, but either way, the animatronics are completely destroyed. So how on the fifth and sixth night of Five Nights at Freddy's 1, how are there still suits walking around trying to kill you, is what I've been getting at here. Now maybe there's a timeline shift or something here that I'm not getting. I don't consider myself a professional on this, but I've definitely been paying attention to this, and this just seemed to bug me that no one has noticed this. It's also maybe good evidence, maybe I'm just completely wrong, because if no one else has said anything, maybe I'm missing something. But I'm throwing this out here so someone can correct me and explain to me how Phone Guy can still be Purple Guy if the way they died seems to be a lot different than if they were the same person. So I'm just throwing this out there. If anyone can correct me, please do, because I'm desperately searching for answers. I'm like 80 to 90% there with this story, but I've been just racking my brain for 2 days now since the third game's videos have been released and everyone's seeing all the mini games. So if anyone has an answer to this question, please say so in the comments, because I need someone to just tell me what's going on here. I don't see how Purple Guy and Phone Guy can still be the same person. So thanks for watching, and like I said, someone please help me and answer this. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next vid. Bye.